Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a very simple oil change on my 1986 Vauxhall Cavalier. This isn't going to be a tutorial video or anything like that, just a little bit of a tinkering video, something that's easy to watch. So let's get on with it. Just let the engine idle for a little while. I just had to nip home and get an oil filter because, like an idiot, I forgot to pick up an oil filter to do this oil change. That's the engine nicely warmed up. I've swapped it around so at least we get some decent daylight, or decent light for me to be able to film this. Normally the great thing about this car is that actually needs to jack it up to drain the oil or even do this service, but just on this occasion my oil pan's a little bit thick, so I just need to give it that ground clearance to be able to get the plug out without spilling anything. Just let that oil drain out. There isn't a lot of miles on this oil, about 1,000. I always change the oil at 1,000 or every year, regardless of mileage. I think the shortest I ever done was about 700 or 800 miles in 1 year, and I still change the oil and filter. It's cheap at the end of the day. Normally I'd anneal this copper washer, but unfortunately I forgot to bring my blow lamp down, so instead I'm just going to swap it around and hope that it makes a good seal. Should do. There's not normally a problem, just got to try and remember to anneal it next year. So the oil I'm using today is Manol. It's the classic 1040. As you can see here, this is what this engine takes, or this is what I like to run this car on. You can use 530, but that's more for your lower temperature climates. Right, I think that's stopped dripping enough now. Otherwise I'd be here all day trying to get every last little bit out. Clean up that hole. Put a rag in place. Make a mess of the driveway. Good, plug back in. And just nip it up. Don't like to go too tight with these. Right, now the messiest part of the job, taking that oil filter out. This is where I scalded myself with nice hot oil. Oh, I hope I can get this undone. Haven't brought any tools with me to undo it if that's the case. I only done it hand tight last time. Oh, there it goes. Right. Get that in a better position. Lovely. Let that drain for a minute. We'll just call this self-preservation, shall we? There we go. For those of you playing along at home, there's the part number. One oil filter. That was stupidly tight. Hiya.
How you doing? You okay?
Not too bad, thanks. Are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Hey. Now I can go ahead and fill it the rest of the way with oil. Takes roughly about 4.5 litres, I think, if I remember rightly. It's not 5 litres like most other cars, or even my Mark III Cavalier, that's 5 litres. Incidentally, the markers between the minimum and maximum on the dipstick is only 0.85 of a litre, rather than on the Mark III Cavalier, which is actually a litre between the two marks. Let's just give that a quick check. Just a little bit over there. I always seem to manage to do that. We'll recheck it after I've started it up and let it run. That's the other advantage of pre-filling the oil filter, is that the oil lamp goes out quite quickly. Sounds good. Right, so while the oil's just draining down to the sump, we'll give this air filter just a quick inspection. Again, I don't normally change this purely because, well, not for 2 or 3 years, because normally it's because of the low mileage. But I do like to check it and see how bad it's getting and get a new one on order if we need one. Yeah, as you can see there, it still looks pretty good. Probably could do with changing next year, so that'll go for another 12 months. As I say, the mileage on this car, or the mileage I do in this car, is so low anyway, it's just not worth changing. Right, okay, let's see how much I've overfilled this by. I'd say that's about spot on. Yeah, just right there on that maximum mark. Beautiful. It's just over 3.5 litres I put in that. Good. Just quickly check the coolant. Yeah, that's good. Top up the old screen wash. Normally like to try and empty this out before I put it to bed for over the winter, but didn't quite get all that used up. Right, coolant checked, oil and filter changed, windscreen wiper fluid topped up, coolant checked, and I can see brake fluid. Got plenty of brake fluid in there. Oil and filter changed. All that's left to do is for me to give it a check once over underneath and make sure it's good for the MOT. Just one last thing I want to do is just give my hinges a bit of a spray up. So that's it for this one. Nice, quick, easy service on the 1986 Cavalier. Just a bit of fun, really. Get a bit of content out. What I really would have liked to have done is done another Mark III Cavalier video where I've done the doing the welding work on, but unfortunately it just hasn't been the weather. So I've got about enough footage for about 20 seconds of time lapse, that's about it. So yeah, anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.